I imagine you enjoyed a lot of things about the way that sixth inning rally unfolded. What can you what did you enjoy the most, and what impressed you the most?
It was really the whole inning. I mean, it was just good at bats. You know, we were going to consistently stay on top of what we were doing, and just finally scratched through. And we scratched through. We made it work. You know, a lot of good things during that inning. Just quality bats the whole way from everybody, and so it's good to see Toddy get a break, right? You know, finally hits a ball that gets a break, and but I like Kimmy's bunt. You know, I thought that was nice, and of course later with Manny the ball down the line for some insurance was really nice as well.
How big could this be from Joe today?
Huge for Joe, huge for us. You know, he threw the ball very, very well. Took him right to where we wanted to take him to. Gave him the benefit of the doubt, which he more than earned on Juan, and but he did really good. You know, the curveball was great, and threw the ball really well. But just good team win.
How do you sum up the dominance from Estrada lately and what he's been able to do to some really tough hitters?
Commanding the ball in the zone, being in the zone, conviction. I mean, this guy's got an elite fastball, and now he's got secondary pitches in the zone. It's just a lethal combination. I mean, he's throwing the ball. He set a record today, right? I mean, 10 straight punch-outs. Padre record, I believe. Is that accurate? Pretty impressive. Just did a tremendous job to come in and, get some tough hitters. Was able to get Judge to eliminate that inning and then go grab a clean inning in the seventh. So it was a fantastic job.
Do you remember, was there a time when you realized, what his stuff could be if he kind of put it all together and got it in the zone as frequently as he has?
Yeah, I mean, we saw, excuse me, we knew we had when he came in, and, we had the pitcher camp here in February or late January, and, was over at the lab, and, Ruben and Fritzy and the guys realized that we already knew from our R&D department this guy had a pretty special fastball. And now it was just a matter of making sure there was clarity to his secondary pitches. And then it was just a constant work. But, there's a conversation with him, even at the end of spring training, continue to get better because he demonstrated a lot of positive things throughout the offseason with us, including spring training. And the messages continue to get better at some of these things. And if you do that, you can be a force at the back end of games. And so we saw it, but all the credit to Jeremiah. He's really worked hard and just stay on the attack.
As you try to sort through what and who your team is all season long so far, you're coming off 27 scoreless innings. Mm-hmm. You get outscored the first two games of the series 12-1, and then you get all kinds of people to contribute late today. There was 5, 6, 7 guys that all had a hand in runs late. Yep. How do you sort out the offense being a struggle for that long, and then you see that those contributions can be there from so many guys?
We just came off what, I'm going to get some people way smarter than I do to figure out the anomaly that just took place the previous 5 games at home. I mentioned last night because I did the research. 48 walks or 48 strikeouts versus 7 walks on the pitching side of it. 7-1 basic, K to walk ratio. Major League average 3-1. Then the flip side of that, now 11 of them were against Colorado in the first game of this 5-game stretch. But we walked 25 times and only struck out 32 times. So during that stretch, we walked 18 times more and struck out 16 times less than our opponent. And go figure, we didn't have a lead, much less, So you do that consistently, that's like 680, 700 baseball. So, to answer your question in a long fashion, I can't chalk up and say, listen, we can't be naive that none of it happened, but I also have to look up, and it was really an odd thing that I can't overreact to. Today, we just were able to cash through and execute better with runners in scoring position, and that really is the bottom line. And on the other side of the ball, right in the first inning, Joe hung up a 0 and was able to hang up zeros through 5. So, that's the recipe right there.
And kind of in the same vein, you guys beat the Dodgers, swept at home by the Rockies, win 3 of 4 in Atlanta, 5-2 road trip, come back here, struggle in the first 2 games. When the roller coaster is kind of like that and hard to explain and a little anti-common sense in terms of results you think you might get, how do you explain what you guys have done the last month or so in terms of all those kind of roller coaster outcomes?
It's really the outlier in the last 5 games prior to this one, because if you, and we're not trying to remove it, Bryce, but if you just win 6 out of 7 series prior to this one, but you win 6 out of 7 series, there's not a baseball person in the world that would say big picture like it's a roller coaster, right? That's why I don't get too hung up on, a couple games that don't go our way, and they're games that we don't play as well as we like, and that I won't alibi that. But if you're looking at a body of work over a season that's more of a marathon, and you win, 6 out of the last 8 series, you would say objectively it's a team that plays good, consistent baseball, and you would be right.